Good morning, everyone. Today we're gonna start our first episode, our first postcard, and I want to introduce you to Omar Cedillo, and one of the top agent in Guerin Associates.
Our first Garen Associate podcast, bro.
Yeah, this is it. We're gonna start it. We're gonna be. I'm excited. I'm excited because we're gonna be able to share a little bit of, a little bit more personal stuff about ourselves
Mm-hmm.
to the public, and hopefully we can get to motivate other people.
Yeah.
And yeah, pretty much is what it is to share a little bit more what we do.
Yeah, I know we've been talking about like doing the podcast. I think when throughout these past couple of years, it's been like a lot of ideas
Yeah,
about whether if it's a podcast or like, oh, we should do this as a team. And it's like we never do anything. And it was like I think it got to a point where it was like, no, like we actually got to make it happen, right? And it's like, well, so what are we doing? And I think a lot of it has to do with like helping people unlock their why.
yeah. So
Right, like unlock the why, and like you said, just like introducing the team, talk about our experiences, whether if it's personal, because I think that's important too in real estate, bringing our business partners in too, people that we do business with also that help throughout the transaction,
different vendors.
different vendors, that we work with. So
Yeah,
I
yeah.
think it's going to be exciting, man. Well, I'm excited for what's to come.
Yeah, again,
It's a lot.
my name is Michael Guerra, CEO and founder of Guerra Associate. Omar Cedillo, our top agent in the company. And again, we're here to talk to you more about not just only real estate, but the things behind doors and what we do, and also how come we are helping many people,
Yeah,
right?
100%.
So Omar, how you been? How you doing this morning? How you feeling?
I'm good, bro. I was a little nervous at first, but the podcast feeling kind of takes it away. But everything is good,
Nervous or
okay?
excited? Because I'm excited.
Yeah.
It may be about maybe the same feeling, right? So
Mhm.
it's a nervous or excited? What is it?
Now I'm excited.
Excited?
I'm excited, about what we have to talk about today, and I'm excited for what's to come, and like we're finally doing something that we said that we were gonna do. That's the most exciting part.
Remember people,
And then
yeah.
seeing this setup, it's like, yo, this is crazy.
Remember, something that you said right now is it's about taking action, right?
Yeah.
And we finally here, we finally do. I know we're talking about it, but yeah, I'm excited too because this is, I think, again, it's the first episode of many,
Mhm.
right? And again, no, I'm really happy. So Omar, tell me a little bit more something about yourself. How long you've been in the business?
Yeah.
Right.
So I'm finishing up my year 2, man.
That is awesome.
Last month, August was like the reset on my caps.
How you feel? How you feel about that?
I mean, it is what it is.
But how you feel? How you feel of that 2 years?
Oh, the 2 years.
Have going back to when you started? 2 years ago. How do you really feel of the journey, right?
Yeah.
Because it's 2 years, right?
Mhm. I'm proud of myself, bro.
Proud of yourself.
Yeah.
I'm proud of yourself.
Yeah. Like I'm proud because it's been hard. Like it's a grind. You know what I'm saying? I think
The people don't see.
yeah, it's a grind, and I think people are just everybody's journey is different. Everybody who has a real estate license has a different story. Like you and I have a different story. Everybody has a different story. But I think mine, and it's no different than some others, but it's just been a grind.
Yeah.
So when I look back at the past 2 years and I look now, and it's like, okay, I'm starting year 3. I'm starting year 3 like equipped with knowledge, with like a lot of faith, like
Yeah.
belief, that everything is like trending in the right direction. But yeah, bro, I'm proud of myself. Like this has been hard. You know what I'm saying? Like
Wow.
you've seen moments.
Yeah. What is something that you said that is being hard?
Get in business.
So it's funny you say that, right? Because you mentioned you've been on the grind for 2 years, and you're obviously a successful agent. You're top leader. You're a leader of the organization,
Yeah.
right? Without you, be honest, Guerra Associate would not be where it's at right now
Mhm.
because your leadership and consistent discipline have helped us all to
Mhm.
go to the next level. But I think a lot of people come to real estate thinking that it's just getting your license and then you're gonna be selling houses left and right. They
Yeah.
think it's a TV show. They think it's like what they see in TV, and it's not like that. You have to work,
Yeah.
right?
They think it's like Starbucks and suits and looking good.
I mean, it's part of it. It's
Yeah,
a little bit
yeah.
part of it. But so yeah, 2 years. I remember Hey, listen, not only I know you're proud of yourself, but I know a lot of people are proud of yourself, and I know
Mhm,
a lot of us on the team look up to you. So
mhm.
thank you for that, and we are truly proud of you. But again, those 2 years, what is one of the toughest lessons? What is something that you say, hey, listen, this is my biggest takeaway that I'm, from my 2 years.
Yeah, I think there's a lot of lessons. I think it really like I thought I had a really strong work ethic, right? Because everywhere that I worked at, like I mean, I work. I'm not lazy, right? I'm a very disciplined person, but it made me realize that I had a strong work ethic in places where okay, where I was working at before, which was Red Ventures. I started working there, but all the systems were built,
Yeah.
right? And we were getting inbound calls of people who wanted to buy the services that we were selling. We had an office that you could step into. Like all the systems were built, so of course myself and everybody else has a strong work ethic. This made me realize it was like, okay, do you really have a strong work ethic like you say you have when you got to start from scratch?
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like it really tested me. Like my character is really. It made me find out what I was made of.
Mhm.
That's my biggest lesson. Like who am I as a person? Like are you really built for this? How you really like you really a hard worker like you say you are?
So
Okay.
real estate, this can really make you go through that realization.
Yeah, finds out like I think it helps you like go deep within and it's like really knowing who you are because it's like either you make or you make it or you don't.
Yeah.
Right? Like how many times have we been in the office, just our office, right? From when I started 2 years ago. How many agents are there,
Yeah.
are still there from when I started 2 years ago? How many agents are there for what are you, year 4 or 5?
Yeah, and that's what I was on. That's how I was actually on my way here. What I was thinking, more. You're already here in the business, and you're here to stay,
Mm-hmm.
right? There's only 20% of people that actually last that 2 years, and
Mm-hmm.
you made it.
Mm-hmm.
And not only I would say you did it, so and you did an amazing job,
Mm-hmm.
right? And yeah, the statistics out there from agents, most of them end up giving up the first year. They don't
Mm-hmm.
last just because they come realizing that this is a easy business,
Mm-hmm.
and they don't know that it's a really challenging business that you have to have a strong mindset,
Yeah.
more than anything, because it's going to be a lot of discouragement, a lot of yeah, you have to put the work, right?
Mm-hmm.
Do we have to agree on that?
Yeah, 100%. Like, back to the question that you asked me, it tested my character because I thought I was a hard worker,
Yeah.
but then when it was like, well, you got to build something from scratch, it was like, all right, you really this like bad boy that you say that you are, you know what I'm saying? Well, let's see what you got,
Yeah. Yeah.
and it took me through like places in these past 2 years that I don't want to do. Like, I don't want to, when I was out there, if it was knocking on doors,
Yeah.
I don't want to go out. I don't want to do that. You know what I'm saying? Like that's not something that I wanted to do. Calling people like the same fear that everybody has is the same fear that gets into my heart whenever I have to do something, which is just like what holds us back, right? But at the end of the day, man, like those are the challenges. I feel like that was my biggest takeaway. It was like digging deep down inside to figure out who I am. So like now I'm very proud of myself because I'm like, wow, I'm doing it.
Yeah.
Like everything that you were scared of doing, like you're doing it. And but correct me if I'm wrong. That's just what holds a lot of people back from doing stuff is the fear of just doing it. Like just do it, right? It was just like this podcast. Like, bro, let's just do it.
100%. I'm a true believer that it's all about action, right? If I look back into my career, it's all about taking action. So I'm always asking myself, okay, what's next? And
Mm-hmm.
I know what I gotta do, so I just do it. Next, I'm gonna make mistakes, I'm gonna fail, but I did it, and just because of I did it, now I take a step back, I learn from it, and it just get better.
Mm-hmm.
So the second time, I just go stronger. But yeah, I think it's just about taking action. On my way here, it's pretty awesome. Yes, I think this career build and take a different person out of you. And but at the end of the day, that's open a lot of opportunities. I was on my way when I was getting to the office yesterday. I was just thinking on how blessed we are at the end of the day,
Mm-hmm.
because we are our own boss at the end of the day, right? And I got to the office around 9 a.m. I think yesterday. I was pretty there early. Stay around 5, But again, I'm like, somebody asked me, "You going to the office?" I say, "Yeah, I have a schedule for myself."
Mm-hmm.
But when I was getting to the office, I was excited because I was like, nobody's is really pushing me by myself,
Mm-hmm.
and I have a schedule. I'm my own boss, but I'm happy to be where I'm at. Like,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm enjoying what I'm doing.
100%.
Is that how you feel too, in a way,
Yeah, I
sometimes?
think also it can be like, what is it, like a gift and a curse, like being your own boss. I was talking to like Luis yesterday, who's on our team, and he was like, man, it's so easy to like not set a schedule for yourself, right? And
Yeah,
because you can just show in at 10, you could show in at 11, you could show at 12, you could show in at whatever time, because you're not telling us what time we should be there,
yeah,
right? You're giving us the freedom for us to decide when we should. But I think that's where like my discipline has really kicked in.
right.
100%. Like it's been consistent for the past 2 years.
I think I tell this is for everyone, right? This is podcast is about talking about us, but also if we're able to motivate or help anybody else, that's the main purpose of this,
100%.
right? And I want to take people once, a few things that we just talk about. Take action, stay consistent, believe in yourself. But yeah, I'm pretty excited. I'm pretty excited about this. This is pretty awesome.
It is. I think helping people unlock their why is very important, because we have a lot of times where people are, it's like they don't have that drive,
Yeah,
to do anything, but it's like, why? Like,
yeah,
why don't you have that drive? My motivation has changed
yeah,
throughout the past 2 years, and it's like I have so many different reasons to stay motivated,
yeah.
but I think like the one right that I have that's like digging deep down inside of me is like the biggest one that's like helping me for like year 3.
Yeah. So now I wanted to share people out there is if you were doing it if you was going to if you're working for somebody else and you stay on a schedule, why would you not do it for yourself?
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Yeah.
Why would you not do it for yourself? If you're waking up at 4 or 5 a.m. to be somewhere on time and you cannot leave the place until you told so, you have to take a specific lunch break, right? Why don't you do that for yourself and see where it's gonna take you? I think that's something for everyone out there. Invest in your business, invest in yourself.
Yeah, I think you say it all the time, right? It's like you versus you.
You versus you, baby.
And that right now is my motivation. When I was driving with Luis yesterday, I was like, bro, you know what keeps me going? It's like you owe you.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? Like you owe it to yourself,
yeah,
to work hard, bro, and get these fruits of your labor. Like
yeah.
you owe it to yourself. You know what I'm saying?
Maybe to yourself and to the people around you,
And to the
to your
people
loved
around
ones,
you.
right? The people that really do believe in you, right? Because for me, and I say a few times, it's me. I want to give back, right? I
Hmm.
feel like I'm blessed and I'm grateful, and I'm always, asking God, how can I give it back,
Hmm.
right? And how can I give it back to Him? So me, it's about doing the right thing.
Yeah, I agree. It's like, at a certain, not that they're not no more, right? But my kids are a big motivation of mine. And it's like always, look at it and it's like, okay, when my son hits whatever age it is that he hits and he hit his first challenge and he comes up to you, your daughter comes up to you
Yeah,
and she's like, yo, daddy, like I'm going through this. How do you talk them through it when you tapped out, when it got hard for you? You know what
yeah,
I'm saying? And it's like,
yeah,
I just can't do that to myself and I can't do that to my
yeah. They're not
son,
giving up.
to where it's like, bro, I got to be able to talk my son through the struggles because I did that,
Yeah,
and if I tap out, it's like I'm letting him down as well.
yeah. And maybe you don't want them to
So
go to that struggle, right?
100%.
That's what we work hard for. I do have some questions here that I want to go over,
Hmm.
and then we can continue with our conversation. But yeah, again, I'm pretty excited. Hope you guys, everyone's enjoying this. So let me ask you, why initially attract you to real estate, and how has that motivated? How's that motivation evolved over the years?
Yeah. It was, I was tired of my job, and I was trying to figure out what else to do. And real estate was the hottest thing out, because of, but when I started like 2 years ago, and then when I got my license, it was what a lot of people were doing also in my job. They were leaving sales where I was at to get the real estate license and start. So it was like perfect. All I know is the phones. I've been on the phones my whole life.
So you knew few people that got out of the biz, got out of that, and went to real estate.
Hmm.
Are those people in business? Did they last 2 years? Have you seen anybody that say, "Hey, he's doing it good," or
There's a few, like very minimum, that left Red Ventures, have their real estate license, and are, and stayed in real estate from that time. Um, yeah,
have
there's
you
a
already talked to
few.
one of them? Anyone or
Yeah, I talked to like some that have like their real estate license now, and it's all the same thing. Like it's hard. It's not what we were doing at Red Ventures, So at that point, it was
But what about yourself? Where do you see yourself, like on your career compared to where they at?
well, some, I know of one who's doing like I know a few actually who are doing very well, for themselves, that have their own, offices,
Oh, nice,
so
nice.
they're doing really good. But there are people that I saw the grind and the hunger from Red Ventures that you just bring it out, and it reflects over here too. And then there's some that are not.
So you think maybe, for people that coming from that background and that sales, on the phone, or
Hmm.
you think that helped going to this career? Is
Yeah,
it like an advantage on that?
I feel like it helped me,
Yeah.
because what I do now is, I mean, that I'm on the phones,
Mm-hmm.
right? So I already had like some kind of skills on the phone, and at the
Yeah.
end of the day, that's what this is like, for the difference that I'm doing outbound phone calls as opposed to inbound phone calls when I was at Red Ventures. But it's pretty similar. I think that helped me, but I still had the fear though. You still go through I have the skill set, but it's like wasted talent.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You're really good. The people that do sports, they're super good, but then they're still doing the same dumb things that they were doing before. So it's a waste. So for me and for a lot of other people, it's like you have the talent, but that fear is just holding you back. So what is that talent any
Yeah.
good?
Yeah.
You
And
know?
how
So, and then yeah, you said my motivation.
Yes.
How has it changed? Man, when I started, it was money. Yeah, that like day one was,
Yeah.
I remember talking to my aunt and her husband, and he was like, "Your kids don't motivate you right now?" I was like, "Yeah, they do, man, but I need money."
Yeah.
Like I need freaking money.
Yeah.
Like I need money right now. Money like is motivating me right now. And like I know yours has changed too, but like in the past 2 years, my motivation has changed. It went from money, it went to like the example that I gave about my son and my kids, like not being, if I let them down by tapping out now, then I'm just setting them up for failure, because their dad is never going to be able to talk them through the tough times down the road. When they go through a challenge in life. My mom became a big factor when, like, I think it was like year one when I did the podcast with like Sebastian
Okay.
or something like that. I sent it to them, and they had me talking about my grandma. My mom and my family was like making them proud. I've made them proud in some ways, but not really. Like I know we have like a similar
Yeah.
conversation about
Yeah.
like making our moms proud, and it was like, I don't feel like I really gave her a reason to be proud of me, like, because I was a mess. You know what I'm saying? So I
But
feel
now
like
you're not, man.
now,
Yeah, you are a born leader, and again, Guerrero Associate got to the next levels, and a lot to do is that to your help and leadership. So I can see how she's proud.
yeah, now I feel like, but then my mom was my motivation, because like I was making her happy, and then now it's me, bro. Like I'm my motivation. Like it's you versus you. I owe it to myself. Like I'm in too deep,
Yeah.
right? Like what are you, 4 or 5 years?
Yeah. For
You're
years.
in too deep,
Too
bro.
deep.
There's no more going back
There's
now.
no going
Like
back.
I'm gonna really go back and be like, nah, man, it got hard year 3. I tapped out.
No, I ain't
I
going back.
can't. I'm in way too deep. So my motivation now is like, bro, you can do it. Like you're in 2 years, like you're doing, I mean, pretty solid, for the past 2 years. Like, bro, keep going.
Yeah.
Like you owe it to yourself. I really say, bro, like my phone, like I can, I will, I must.
Yeah.
Like I owe it to myself.
There's no choice. I remember when you started, and not a lot of people take that jump and risk that you did, going to real estate, because a lot of us, and I say including myself, we do a transition, right? A transaction. We go transition. We go from we go from one job to the other one. We don't leave that job just like that, because we need a consistent pay. Normally in real estate, for people that don't know this, you don't get paid. Like if you're lucky, you're gonna get paid month 3 or 4, but you don't really get paid until like month 6. That's how it really is.
Yeah, that's when I got paid. I got paid month 6.
Yeah,
but it was like the deal was, I'm super grateful, right? But It's like it was 110,
Yeah,
like
yeah, yeah, yeah.
110, and it was I was very happy, anyways.
Yeah, of the achievement, right? I mean,
About the
you gotta celebrate
achievement.
every achievement. The
But yeah, it was like waiting 6 months, and then you get the check, and it's just like,
Well, that's the
dang.
thing. Maybe that's what it pushes. Because I remember asking you, I say, and hey, listen. So what else you do? You do it. He said, no, I'm 100%. I'm all in. Like this is it, and I don't have no other choice. And like, wow, I was like, that's pretty awesome. And that consistency and everything. That's where it took you over here. Though. So that's pretty cool. How do you stay inspired and maintain a positive attitude, especially during challenging market conditions or transaction? Because that's something we all love about you, right? Is the positiveness that you bring. You pump us up every morning, um, and you help us. You bring the positive to the team, and you help us stay positive. But how do you stay inspired and maintain that positive attitude, and especially during challenges? Because yeah, you started 2 years ago, but people don't understand. Real estate changed, the
Mm-hmm.
market changed, and we have to adjust real quick. So there are a lot of challenges,
Mm-hmm.
and there's been a lot of market change in the last 2 years.
Yeah, yeah, it has. I think learning, and like you asked me like a big takeaway, but there's like so many takeaways, and I think one of the takeaways is like that I learn is leaving it all in God's hands, man. Like changing my perspective. He really changed my perspective these last 2 years, and it's like, por más que quieras, like doesn't want like how much you want it to work out, like it's not
Yeah,
your way. You
yeah,
know what I'm saying? It's like it's God's way. It's his plan
yeah.
that he has for you. And for me, it was like a perspective shift. Like deals when they fall under contract, like, or leads that maybe a lead that you think that you're gonna have, a deal that doesn't go through, all of that for me, how to stay positive, bro, is God. Like
Ah,
seriously, like for
God,
me, like,
man.
like it's God for me that gives me, the peace to like, bro, si no se dio, like if it didn't
Yeah,
happen, it just wasn't meant to be, because we already have enough stress,
yeah.
right?
I,
In
I
real estate.
I love that. I love that you say that because that's exactly what I believe, and I love it because I feel like God have a purpose, and you have to trust the process. And if it get hard or something happen, you don't fall in the trap of victimism. Don't
Mm-hmm.
be like, oh, why me, or what is this going on? Instead, of say, okay, there is a reason why, right?
What
And
you teaching me?
yeah, why are you teaching me? God, let me know what's the lesson learned, and just do it better. But you can't push things. You can't stress about it. I think that's pretty good that you say that because I love that. I love that. I
It,
think God put us in different challenges and struggles just to build the person that we are, and that's it. Yeah, for a
yeah,
good thing, for a better thing.
think about it, man. If we're trying to guide like agents that are coming onto our team, it goes back to my kids, right?
Yeah,
How, if we're not willing, like, how can we talk them through
yeah,
situations in real estate
yeah,
when they're down,
yeah.
if we're not able to have a shift in perspective when we go through them? So it's never a loss. I think the same thing for you. It's never a loss. It's always, a lesson that's learned, and just having a different perspective about things.
And right now we have a team of 15 agents,
Mm-hmm.
right? So not only we help new agents get started or motivating other people who want to get into real estate career, also comes to like when we help our clients,
Mm-hmm.
right? I feel like sometimes finding a house may not be as easy as they want it to be,
Yeah.
but however, we're here to help in the best interest. But like again, we cannot pressure things, right? If something didn't work out, is because I like to tell them, no, gotta have a better house for yourself, or there is something better. Like there is no reason to stress about it,
Yeah. And
right?
100%. And
Because that's what
and
we're here for. We're here to
yeah.
to guide, to help the people.
Yeah. The hard part is, it's like whenever you tell somebody, hey, it's gonna be okay, but when you go through it, like saying it to yourself, right? Like that's the hard part. Like,
Yeah,
but you know what, man? Like this is it's hard. Building a business is not
yeah,
just about real estate, but building a business is challenging,
yeah.
right? So we can't put more stress on us by making ourselves a victim, or trying to figure out, why is this happening to us, but more so like, man, if this is your plan, like, God, let it be your plan. And I'm
Yeah.
whatever you're trying to teach me, man. If you're trying to make me stronger, if you're trying to teach me patience, endurance, resilience, like everything that you're trying to teach me right now, like I'm all in for it. Like, let's go with it.
And that's also good to everyone out there, right? Who's going for any challenging moments, or you're thinking that this is not it. I say once you cannot lose faith. You have to
100%.
trust God. You gotta trust the process, and don't rush things. Just know 100% you have to put the work. You have to put the work. You start consistent. When you do that, God gonna see that, and He's gonna reward you.
Mm-hmm.
But if you just ask, but you don't take action, do nothing about it, why would you get rewarded, right?
100%.
But something really important is don't lose the faith, especially if you believe in yourself. Believe in yourself, believe in God, believe in yourself, and keep doing it,
Yep.
right?
100%.
Hey, so how do you handle moments of rejections or disappointment in real estate industry, and how do you bounce back?
Man, I think it's the same thing that we just spoke about.
Yeah.
Like I think there's a lot of rejection, there's a lot of disappointments, but I don't set expectations, like high expectations, so I can avoid the disappointment, right? Like if we have somebody who's pre-approved, they're not always buying.
Yeah,
They may have a pre-approval letter, but it doesn't mean anything. If the house is under contract,
yeah,
how do we know it's going to close?
Yeah.
I just try to not set high expectations about anything and just avoid the disappointment. I think it's the easiest thing to do. And then, bro, like, real estate, like in the time that you've been in it, you can have something, and then all of a sudden you just don't have anything.
yeah.
Especially when you're starting.
So let me change it up a little bit, right? So have you had disappointment before in this industry, in this career, whether it was a transaction, whether it was a market shift?
Have I been disappointed?
There was one moment
Mhm.
that you say you don't like to set your expectation, you
Yeah.
don't like to disappoint, but have you had a moment of disappointment?
Yeah, like there's moments where I'm like, I could be disappointed, in myself because maybe I'm not working hard enough. But I think at the beginning there was more disappointment because these high expectations, I didn't really do all of that until just recently after the disappointments happened, right?
Okay.
But yeah, there's been a lot of disappointments.
And how you bounce back?
Bro, the perspective shift. You know what I'm saying? Like the motivation, like my
Yeah.
kids,
Yeah.
if it was money at that time, if it was my kids at that time, whatever it was that was driving me, I think that's the biggest part is just, bro, we just got to keep going.
Yeah.
Like that's just what it is. And if you realize how many people just stop.
Yeah. But what would you stop? Why? I feel like in real estate, people that get into real estate, yes, it's hard. It's not easy. However, it does open a lot of doors. And I
It
tell people
does.
there is no limit. Like you can actually accomplish a lot
Hmm.
if you stay consistent.
Yeah.
Again, people think it's a one overnight success or you're gonna sell out a house within the next 3-6 months. But the thing is like building a business, right? If
Yeah.
you open a restaurant, you don't get profit like 3-4 years after.
Yeah. Yeah. No. You're right. I was looking at Anderson to see if we can keep going, or like maybe like 45, keep it for another 15, if we can to 45.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
don't know what you think.
Yeah,
but,
sure. I have a few
and
more
if
questions.
not, no worries.
I have a few more questions
Mhm.
as we go. And then we can and again, right? We're gonna continue.
Yeah,
doing
we
this.
will.
We want to continue doing this. We're gonna be helping out.
It's our first one, so
it's
we didn't know. I mean, man, this is like gone by so fast.
Yeah. This is excited. I thought it was how many minutes we have
Me
left.
He's showing us the time.
Yeah,
and we're-
it's like the name one. Like that we got left, but it's going higher, so I get confused. But hey, listen, no, we got this. That's pretty cool. Pretty cool. Again, this right here is to show a little bit more of us or where we come from and what we're really trying to do here. We really like, our team really focus on helping people, helping either our clients, helping
Yeah.
new agents get started. We believe that together we can achieve more, right? We believe in teamwork.
Yeah.
We believe in really actually giving back to the community,
Mhm.
right?
Yeah,
It's always about doing the
absolutely.
right thing.
Yeah.
Can you share a specific achievement or moment in your real estate career that has you motivated you to excel in this field?
Yeah, man. Honestly, it's you and the team. Like when you gave me the opportunity to not just be like an agent on your team, but
Yeah.
more so like help you with the team.
Thank you.
And I appreciate that a lot. I say it to a lot of people, but that push, that moment that you said, "Hey, like you're helping me with this," that's been a big reason to continue to go because you see it with like
Yeah.
the two new people that we have right
Yeah.
now. Like we're helping them out. Like we're helping them do what a lot of people don't do.
I appreciate that. I really do.
You know,
I really
so
do.
I appreciate you a ton, bro.
Yeah.
Like you already know.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
know,
yeah.
but that right there, those accomplishments,
Yeah.
besides any other thing, you know, like I said, when my mom is happy about what I'm doing, when you get some kind of recognition, that's fine. But the biggest one for me, that's like, no, I gotta show up, because it's not just me, my kids, my family. Like it's the agents that are on our
We
team that
have a
are looking
team.
up,
Yeah, we got 15 people.
and we can't let them down.
We keep growing.
You know, like we got to motivate them, we got to push them, we got to help them see the hope, you know. And it's like for you, bro, like you've been doing this for 4 or 5 years, I think, right? It's like 4 or 5 years.
4 years,
You're
yeah.
building a team, you're all in, and it's
Yeah.
like, bro, how do you stay motivated when you got your business, you got a team, you know, and you
Yeah.
got your, you know, your family,
Family,
your
yeah.
mom, your
Yeah.
daughter? Like, how do you even contain that? You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? With so much on your plate.
Yeah, I think something that you said earlier. At the end of the day, it's God did, you know. But at the end of
Yeah.
the day, is I've been blessed because He has helped me get out of so many situations, and you know, I'm just blessed to, you know, to be able to support my mom and my daughter and my family, and this career has given to me. So why would
Mhm.
it stop, right? And I feel like I had to give back, and me giving back is just helping. And that's what we do because we
Yeah,
do help people out.
we do.
What personal and professional goals do you have in your real estate career, and how do you stay focused to achieve them?
Personal goals,
Personal and professional.
professional,
We have two.
personal and professional. You know, like I want to just continue to grow the team, man. And when I envision the team, I envision like, you know, like just helping agents, like running groups. You know, how
Yeah.
you like big teams and then the groups.
Yeah.
You know, that's what I envision.
Yeah.
You know, being able like to something similar that you're doing right now, putting people in school
Yeah.
to let them see the opportunity in real estate.
Yeah.
You know, like I love what you're doing, and it's such an inspiration, because it's like, man, you're doing the goals that I have, you're
Yeah.
making them happen. So it's
Yeah.
like even more motivation. The team, like, man, I would love to have a group.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
I would love to have groups within the team. I
Yeah.
would love to have, you know, helping people get into it.
Yeah.
Personal wise, man, you know, I've always been involved with the youth, right? Next week, I'm gonna go and work with the school again. And it's like, personally, I want to be able to go back to the schools, if it's middle schools or high schools, you know, where I actually went to. And not everybody goes to college. You
No.
know, a lot of these people don't even know the opportunity of real estate.
Yeah.
You know, but if we can just like be an example to go out there, and it's like, guys, like, I know you don't like school, but like just get through it, you know, because very similar to us, like
Yeah.
personally, I want to be able to go back and be an impact. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? You and I have a very similar story when it
Yeah.
comes down to school.
Yeah.
And personally, I want to go back, talk to the kids, give them hope. Like, hey man, like if I did it, if we did it, like look at us, like you can do it too. And if I can just like motivate one, give one of them hope out of everybody that's there, then that's a big win for me personally. That's really what I want to do, is just motivate the youth, bro, and open doors for them. Let them see something like,
What is that you saw into the youth? Is that maybe because back in the days, maybe you thought you would love to have that guidance, or maybe it's you trying to change whatever, and now it's like giving back also,
yeah,
type of way of like paying back God the favor, because look, you're a successful real estate agent.
Mhm.
You're a top leader of one of the best teams
Yeah.
in Charlotte, right? I mean, is that, or is that you like you're already feeling that you're inspiring people, that you want to inspire more people?
Yeah. So like the first time I started working with the kids that had a similar background, right? It's like immigrant parents. Their pops is really not there involved. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? I mean,
yeah.
he's there, but he's really not there. They're not doing good in school. You know, they don't really have like a vision of what else there is to life.
The guidance. There's
You
no
know, they don't
guidance.
have no guidance. And like I relate to that.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
like I, especially like if I can give them hope, like, you know, I have DACA, I'm not a citizen or a
Yeah.
resident here. And it's like, boys, like you don't know the opportunity that you're missing out on. You're born here.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? Your parents are immigrants. They came here for you to do what?
yeah.
Like
Great.
just BS in school. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? Like, no, that can't be the reason. So if I could go back and yes, bro, like if I want, I wouldn't say I wanted that, but like I feel like that makes a big impact. I can relate to those kids in so many ways. So I feel like me going back, like I know that I can make an impact with them, you know, and just give them some kind of hope. Like, yo, there's a reason to do good in school. Like,
Yeah.
there's a reason to do good in school.
Yeah.
Like, I've realized when I took real estate, man, that was my first time reading a book since high school. So my retention was horrible, bro.
Yeah.
Like, I read something and you read something and you forget what you read, right?
I'm with you. I'm with you.
So if I can go back and say, guys, you gotta flex this muscle.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you gotta be able, like, I understand you don't want to read. My son doesn't like to read neither, but it's like, man, it's so important because in life, you don't stop learning.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, we don't stop learning,
And
bro.
maybe the benefits, right? There are benefits. Listen, if you do this, there are benefits.
There
if you
is.
explain the benefits, maybe it will help them to get motivated. Because that what happened to me. I didn't have the guidance. I was lost, and then somebody put some sense, and somebody put some
Probably
sense
got like
on
10
me.
minutes.
And somebody put some sense on me. I was like, okay, yeah, I like this. When somebody told me, Mike, if you do good grades, you can get out of school early. I said, I want to get out of school early.
Yeah.
Hey, if you do this, you can get college credit. I said,
Yeah.
wow, I want college credit. I want to get out of school and go, you know.
Mhm.
So all these things, I was like, yeah, I want that. And I didn't have that, right?
Yeah.
Because maybe I didn't have the right guidance.
And then when we go back to the school, like, there are a lot of them they're just minority kids,
Yeah.
right? So when they see
Yeah.
you, when they see
100%.
me, they're like, yo, you know,
doable.
I'm one of you.
And it's
You know, like,
doable.
I was there in your shoes. Like, you can do it, bro. We're no different as long as you got some. It's like unlocking their why, bro. Like,
Yeah.
we need to help them unlock their why.
Yeah.
And that way it's like, bro, what if you can buy, you want to see your mom struggle?
Yeah.
Then stop. Then no. Okay,
Yeah.
then let's get it together. It's not for you, it's for your mom. Your sister, your little sister is struggling.
For your future.
You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So
What do you consider to be your greatest strength as an agent, and where do you see room for improvement? So again, let me ask you,
Yeah.
what do you consider to be your greatest strength as an agent, and where do you see room for improvement?
yeah, I think the strength. Well, I get, as an agent, that would be like what I do for my clients, right? I'm assuming probably. Um, but like, even if it, like, as an agent, I know like one of my biggest strengths is my discipline,
Yeah.
right? If we're gonna put it into like a work perspective,
Yeah.
it's my discipline
Well,
that is just
100%.
fun. It can be matched, but it's a little tough to match.
Yeah.
You know, and then from there it's like to my client,
Yeah.
right? I'm just so real, like I'm just genuine.
Yeah.
So if I'm genuine,
Yeah.
I'm not gonna put you in a house
Yeah.
that I know is not good for you just to get the paycheck. Like, I'm not there for the paycheck. I'm gonna negotiate for you. You know, like I just want to do well for you. Like, I can't sell you something that I know I'm not doing a good service for, which at the end of the day, that's what we're in here for.
That's what we do.
You know, as far as like an opportunity, bro, I don't know. And it sucks, right? But I don't know like any opportunity that I may have, like, you know, with my clients.
So
Yeah, I don't. Do you know?
You're still trying to figure it
Yeah,
out.
I guess I'm still trying to figure out my
figure it out.
opportunity. Do you know your opportunity?
My room of improvement.
Yeah, like a room of improvement
Yeah,
as an agent.
definitely. I mean,
No,
for
there
me,
is.
they-
No, I know some.
For like to give you that, to come back what you say, right? Discipline, man. I love that. And everybody who knows about you, who have worked with you, yeah, it's hard to match that. It's hard because you have a strong discipline. I think that's something that you actually bring to the team
Mhm.
because you lead by example, right?
Yeah.
And I'll be honest with you, when we started the team, right? Because we kind of started together, the team,
Mhm.
right? We have taken Guerra Associate to the next level. But I remember I was by myself, being my own boss, and I didn't have the discipline. I would
Yeah.
go whenever I want. I would just, maybe I would go one day. But you join the team, you have that discipline and consistency. I'm like, wow, if he's doing it, I have to do it, you know,
Mhm.
and thank you for that. Because that motivates other people, right? Yeah, you do have a strong discipline, and I feel like that's really important because yes, we talk a lot about motivation. We talk about
got
a lot
2
of
minutes.
we talk a lot about motivation, but however, there's days that you're not gonna feel motivated, but if you have that discipline, that's it.
100%.
Right? Make it a habit.
Yeah.
I guess, right?
100%.
That's pretty good. That's pretty good. For me, my improvement is just getting more discipline and staying more focused.
Yeah.
I get distracted real quick.
Yeah.
But-
There's opportunities in my business, you know, like feedback that you gave me, you know, how to not being so like close-minded to other ways of getting business or, you know, networking and you know, so many other things. So there is opportunities on my business a ton, and then I'm still learning, bro.
Bro, I'm really happy to have
Thank you, my brother.
I'm proud, and other people are proud of you. You're a true born leader, you know, and I know we're gonna take our associate like to like places like maybe right now we can't even think about, but it's there.
Absolutely.
And you know, for the people that listen to us and got to the end, we're here to help. If you know anybody who wants to get into real estate career, let us know. We're here to help and guide them. And again, anybody who's looking to buy, sell a house, invest, we're here to help them. My G for your real estate needs, Omar C.
Yes,
right
sir.
here. Again, we're gonna be doing this more often. Thank you for watching us, and yeah, stay motivated. Go get it. Take action. Stay consistent. Trust the process. Trust God. Right.
Yes, sir. Amen.
Right.
All right, my friend.
Let's do it, baby.
Dreams of building a hemp house, growing our own crops, cut the rent out, put some solar panels on the penthouse. While we're partying, we're damaging the planet like one Monsanto gave the whole world.